while, two cases, counter control, sentinel control, do while, and for loop. And also we studied what task we could do for loops. Now is the time for solving some problems. The first problem deals with the strings. The question says, write a Java program that asks the user to input a line of characters. So the input is a line of characters from the keyboard. Your program should count. So this is a counting task. And remember what to do for counting. It counts the number of alphabets, small letter and capital letter, and the number of non-alphabets, I mean digits, special characters, spaces, in the given input. So this is a very simple program, but the idea behind it is how to process strings. So if you have a string and you would like to go over the letters inside the string one by one, how to do it and which way to do it, which loop is more appropriate for such problems. First, we need to define the line we want to read. I'm going to call it line. We will ask the user to give us, please enter a line of text. And then we are going to read it. So this is input. We're going to read it by using n.next line because we are going to read the whole line. If I want to process the string, when we say process, it means moving from the first letter, which is at index 0, moving to the next letter, which is an index 1, and etc. Here we will depend on some methods of strings. First, the best loop that you can use to go over the letters of the string is using for loop. So for the for loop, we will write for, and we will define the variable that is controlling the loop as index. And since the string always has index 0, starts with 0, so I will initialize this index to 0. And I know that the last index for any string should not exceed the length. So I should not exceed, I will remove equal, should not exceed line dot length. And remember, length gives me the size of the string, but the last index is not at length. So you don't write equal here because you will get syntax error because the first value of index is 0, and if you put equal, then you have to put here -1 because you need to subtract length -1 to get the last index. But this will not be a nice condition. A nicer condition is that you remove -1 and remove equal, so it will never reach the last index. And we update index by 1 so that we move into the string from one index to next one. Now, how to get the character or how to read the character at index? So read the character, or let's say not read, get, okay, because we are not reading, we are just extracting. Get the character at index. And to do this, I'm going to define a character char. I'm going to call it ch, and this is going to be equal to line dot char at, and I will put index inside it. This will keep moving into the string from the first character until the end. If index is 0, so this line will give you the character at index 0. In the next iteration, index will be 1. So char at will give you the character at 1. So it looks like you are moving over the string one by one. Imagine you have the following example. Suppose line consists of the following: hello ITCS113. Now inside we have mixture of letters, numbers, and we have a space as a special character. If I want to read, or if I want to get those letters one by one, this is the loop that's supposed to do this for you. When index is 0, char at will give you h and will save it into ch. In the next iteration, I will be 1, so char at will give you e and save it into ch. Now here what you want to do, process ch. Since the program is asking to count number of alphabets, so I need a counter. And you know that counters always integer, so I'm going to call it alphabets, and I will make it equal to 0. So alphabets will be a counter. Whenever we see an alphabet, then we will increase it by 1. Inside here, inside the loop, we will check for ch. If ch greater than or equal to a small letter, and ch less than or equal to z small letter, or maybe it's capital letter, ch greater than or equal to capital letter A, and ch less than or equal to capital letter Z, and I need to put double brackets here, then alphabets will be increased by 1. This is the only thing that we should do, okay, to count how many alphabets. Now the question is also asking for how many non-alphabets. There is no need to assign a variable for non-alphabets, because if you know the number of alphabets of the string and you already have the length of the string, just simply subtract alphabets from length and will give you non-alphabets. After we finish from the loop, we need to print the result of the value of the count. Number of alphabets is alphabets, and we need to print system.out.println number of non-alphabets is, and we write an equation. This equation will be line dot length minus alphabets. So if we know the number of alphabets, then we know the number of non-alphabets. Let us run the program to test it without if there are any errors. Compile. Oh, we need to save it. So we will save it in chapter number 4. There is an error, so we need to change. Oh, I'm using I. Sorry, here in the for loop, it should be index. So it should not be equal to I. Let's test it again and see if it does not have any errors. So there are no errors. We will run it now in the viewer canvas. This is the canvas. I want to start. Okay, let us go step by step. So it's printing, enter a line. So it's waiting now. I will say ITCS or hello ITCS113. So let's make it short. And now we will iterate through the loop. Now next. So it is reading the whole line. So let us see what is inside line. Drag it. So we are at the beginning of the loop. Now we will step in. So the value of index, I should bring it here to see what is the value of index. It is 0. So what will be the value of ch? So when we go inside it now, let's bring ch and see what inside h. What we have inside s is h. Inside ch is h, because h is the first character in the string. We go inside. Since it is an alphabet, so the value of alphabets counter will be increased by 1, and see it is increased by 1, and then we will go for the next one. The value of ch is e, and e is an alphabet, and we increase alphabets by 2, and next one is l, next one is l, next one is o, and then the space. See, the space is not an alphabet, so the computer will skip updating the counter. We will keep doing this. See, it is going over the characters one by one. See ch here. Now it is going to s. It will go to 1. Now it is going to 1 again. It's going to 3 and going out, and it's printing that the number of alphabets is 9 and number of non-alphabets is equal to 4.